We've all seen these black and white images where one or two things in the photo is in color. You ever wonder how they do it? It's not that hard. I'm going to show you how to do it today using Gimp. You can get the program Gimp for free at gimp.org. So let's start, and I'll show you how I did this. First thing you do is load your photo, and then over here in the layer and brushes panel there's a little eyeball with a thumbnail of your image. Right click on it, come down here where it says add alpha channel and click it. That'll allow you to make any parts of this photo transparent that you want to. Then come here and click the duplicate button and do it twice. Now that we have our 3 layers, we have to rename them. You don't have to, but it's easier to keep track of what you're doing. So up here you have a thumbnail of the picture and an eyeball. Double click it and name it. I'm going to name this one B and W for black and white. This one we're going to name eyes. And this one we're going to name hoodie. And we're going to select the B and W layer and come over here to colors. Click it. Down here where it says Desaturate, click it. And this little box will pop up, the Desaturate box. Move it over, you can see it. You have lightness, luminosity, average. I'm going to choose lightness. And you really could choose any one of them, whatever your preference is, it doesn't really matter. And then click OK. Now what we're going to do is choose the eraser tool. And I have brush with the hardness of 100. You see over here your different brushes. I have this one with a really sharp edge. And we want the opacity at 100%. And now what we're going to do is erase this black and white layer over the eyes so you can see the color layer underneath. Think of it as you have 2 photographs of the same picture. One is black and white and one is color. And what you're doing is cutting out the eyes of the black and white layer so you can see the color photo beneath it. But first I want to zoom in more. I'm going to go up and choose my zoom tool. Now the erase tool. And we have a nice sized brush for the pupil. We're going to kind of line it up on the edge where the pupil meets the white. And we're going to just drag gently and slowly across. There. And we'll do the same thing on the other eye. Let's zoom out. Now that looks pretty good. Next thing I want to do is erase around his hoodie here. But before we erase the hoodie, I want to change a couple settings. I want to make the opacity around 50%, and I want to change the hardness of the brush want to go with one with a softer edge. That softer edge is a little more forgiving when you get close to other colors. Choose the erase tool. And we'll zoom in on another area. Choose our erase tool. Oop. Fix that green after with the clone tool. And when you're using the opacity tool, you have it set on 50% like I do. As long as you're dragging and going over an area and not releasing the button, it'll keep it at 50%. But if you release the button and then go over that area again, it will erase it another 50%. So once you release the button, you don't want to go over an area that you've done before. And put one little nick into the green. So I'm going to grab my clone tool, choose the area, and I got rid of it. And I just got to fix this green along the edge right here. So I'm going to zoom back in, choose my clone tool. Okay, we could stop right here just like this and go up here and choose file and export, and we'd have this saved as a picture. But I did it with 3 layers because I want to show you how to change the hoodie without changing his eyes. You see, if you come over here, you click on this eyeball on the B&W layer, it'll remove it. And here's the original color photo without any changes to it. And if I wanted to change the color of the hoodie, it would change his eye color. And that's the reason we made 3 layers. So what we need to do is to crop the eye layer so that the hoodie layer shows. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the eye and remove the eye on the hoodie layer, because if we erased anything on the eye layer and the hoodie layer still had the eyeball showing, you wouldn't be able to tell because the hoodie layer will show through. So we just need to crop out the eyes, and there's a couple ways you could do it. One, make a really big brush. But one other important thing I just remembered, over here you can see the B&W layer is slightly darker than these other 2. That means it's still selected. So I could do stuff on this layer with my brush and it won't look like anything's happening, but it will be doing it to the B&W layer, the black and white layer. So you want to choose the eye layer so it's blue like that. Then come over with your really big eraser, and you can see right here. There's a good example of the opacity. You can still see the picture a little bit. So I'm going to jump this up to 100. And there I am. I'm erasing that corner. And that's one way to do it. And that comes in handy if you need to get around certain shapes and things. But in this case, it's pretty easy. All we have to do is come up here and choose our rectangle, select mask tool. Draw a rectangle around his eyes, like that. Go up to select, choose invert, and hit delete. And now we'll go over here and put the eye back on the black and white layer, and you can see his eyes are there, and it looks like he's got a checkered hoodie because there's nothing showing. So we choose the hoodie layer and we put the eyeball back in it. Choose the select tool up here again and choose none. That gets rid of the mask. And then come over here on the right, choose the hoodie layer. And now any changes we make will only affect the hoodie showing through. Let's choose colors, hue saturation. Come down here and you grab the hue slider. We can change the color of his hoodie. Kind of orangey, pink, purplish, green, chartreuse, whatever that color is, light blue, back to orange. I'm going to put a value of -13 in hue. Then I'm going to come down here and grab the lightness slider. See, you can make it washed out. Make it dark, kind of gray-green color. I'm going to put a -13 in for that value. Now I'm going to grab the saturation slider. See, makes it look weird color blue. And then you go all the way to the left, it just turns it to black and white. I'm going to put a 40 in for saturation. And I don't like that color blue. So I'm going to go up to the hue and grab the slider. Make it 17. And I'm going to grab the saturation and just lower it a little. We'll put it at 6. Up here, click OK, and then you go up and choose File and Save, which I probably should have done this a long time ago, and then choose File, Export, give it a name, choose a location, and you have your picture done. You choose export, this thing pops up, click it. And that's how you do multiple layers. Hope this helps you out. Please comment, rate, or subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.